Good morning. My name is Margaret Scheuren, and I am a senior at Brentwood High School. I am proud to say that I will be attending the University of Alabama this fall, studying in the Honors College. Can I get a Roll Tide? There we go, I like that. The rest of you will work on it. As some of you may know, my roots were in the Calvary community long before I was born. My grandmother, Alita Christian, and her sisters, Alaba Ann Cole and Lois McConnell, all grew up at Calvary. And although my grandmother's path led her to other places, Nashville was always home. Long story short, I have been grounded in this special community for decades, growing my family's roots at Calvary. A defining part of my faith journey at Calvary has been questions. Questions have always been welcomed, not only within the youth group, but also by this community. In 2022, I was asked to speak on a panel about how the Bible and Scripture impacts Methodism and our personal faith experiences. While listening to the weekly Sunday school sessions leading up to that panel, I grew attuned to listen for the unsure areas or the topics that sparked deeper discussion. During the panel discussion itself, I remember answering a question by pointing out the contradictions that the Bible verses can make on themselves when you take them out of context. That statement changed my whole perspective on not only Scripture, but life in general. That same curiosity and question-driven mindset, however, has clashed with my generation's proximity to information. The rise of technology, politics, science, and polarization has exponentially increased the amount of information, more specifically, opinions, available to our generation. Every single day, I'm exposed to new articles, social media posts, and propaganda. And while I have grown used to it, the flood of news and perspectives on religion and Christianity have been overwhelming, especially when combined with my question mindset. I am constantly seeking out the other perspective, the side that the media doesn't show, the angle that my biases don't acknowledge. Whether good or bad, I tried to understand everything, or at least expose myself to it. But after a while, the negative perspectives took over. Negativity was all I saw when I swiped right on my phone to look at the news. Hate was all I read about in books or heard about in the media. I couldn't escape the fact that this world was broken, beyond repair. But my mind was playing tricks on me. My brain was using confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is the brain's tendency to seek out, interpret, and remember information that supports your existing beliefs, while also ignoring or downplaying information that contradicts what you know. So, my brain was so hung up on trying to find all the perspectives that it began to expect that there would always be a bad side, that there would always be someone or something trying to go against the good in this world. My mind, as counterintuitive as it may sound, was searching for a way to affirm that this world was broken, with no hope of healing or unity or agreement. And boy, is that exhausting. So, I made a small shift. If my mind could seek out the bad, couldn't it also seek out the good? One simple, conscious recognition of confirmation bias opened up a whole new world of possibility. Now, I was seeing the world through a new lens. Instagram accounts like Sam Bentley posting environmental daily good news updates. My calculus teacher saying, "Y'all are gems, live good lives," before we left for the next class. A night spent watching Cars and singing Life is a Highway with my family. Books like Lessons in Chemistry, telling of beautiful stories of strength and individuality and growth. The common thread? Love. And what better place to learn about love than from Jesus himself? John chapter 13, verse 34. "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another." It's a verse that I think is somehow not talked about enough. So often we as Christians are so focused on living like Jesus, of living a perfect, sin-free, spiritually fulfilling life, that we lose the simple values and lessons Jesus taught. Love the Lord your God, love yourself, love your neighbor. Love. We get so hung up on being perfect that we fail to love our imperfections. We fail to love our broken world. We fail to see that a love so great, a love that only God can give, is one that flows in and through us. It is our job to love. We as humans cannot live without love. We cannot live without human connection. So why do we spend so much energy trying to fix, trying to influence, trying to be perfect when we can just be us, when we can just love? I was so hung up on trying to see all the perspectives that I was blinded to the most important one, love. It's the same with Christianity. We are so distracted by the words printed in the Bible that we forget to dig deeper and truly live out those principles in our lives. There's a reason my grandmother and her family worshiped at Calvary. There's a reason my grandmother returned to Nashville and introduced my mom to this church. There's a reason I have gone to youth group every single Sunday for the past 7 years. To put it simply, Calvary doesn't skimp on the love. Everyone loves everyone, regardless of race, gender, sexuality, age, even college affiliation. I have never felt more loved than I do when I'm with this community. I feel the love that God so wants us to share with others. I hear love when Betsy sings a harmony during Sunday night worship. I taste love when the Holy Smokers grow food to feed our community. I feel love when I serve with you to better this world. I see love when we sing on choir tour and a person in the audience begins singing along to the Lord bless you and keep you. I smell love when I'm at Beersheba and the fog has set in and I can smell the comfort of rain and home on my senses. Calvary has taught me to love. I understand now that to love someone means to read the context, to go beyond the surface level connections and see a person for all that they are, who they truly are. I know that wherever I go, I can be loved and love others in the same way that this community has loved me. I have never felt more grounded in faith than I do when I'm grounded in Calvary love. With my roots firmly grounded in Calvary love, I can be curious about anything. I can question and learn and share with the world what's possible when we love one another. Thank you.